Well, says I'm live. Tonight's show, a little bit of a late show. It's probably at least 8, 9 o'clock here in California. So, it's like 11 to 12 o'clock elsewhere. But tonight's show is about gang stalking Christians. Now, the government and the media, especially YouTube, they would like the normies to believe that there's no such thing as gang stalking, and there's no censorship. Hey there, P. Miller. It's good seeing you there. And so, well, I guess P. Miller knows I've got an attitude toward YouTube for stalking me and censoring me and everything. And you, I think that part of the reason is for my Christian beliefs, in addition to talking about a bunch of stuff back in 2020 that everybody got censored for. But it was primarily Christians that were doing the talking from 2020 until now, from 2020 through 2025. What happened was there was a great awakening, which I've done shows on this channel about, but I made them private because I'm mad at YouTube for censoring me and stalking me. And I did a real nice video yesterday. Like I've been studying on this channel, like how to promote a YouTube channel, how to get 1,000 subscribers. Like I really care, and like getting views and stuff like that. Because I used to have a few thousand subscribers on my channel, and they scrubbed me. They deleted my channels. They deleted a couple of my favorite channels that had a lot of stuff that was more important to me than YouTube videos. So I started up this channel, and it's a faith-based Christian content type channel. And I listen to those kind of channels, which is why, and I've been trying to do this for a long time anyways. And so I thought I've been doing it. They say, oh, do a bunch of shorts, make a bunch of shorts. And, they tell you how to structure a video. And the shorts started out mediocre, like getting 500. When I had like 15 subscribers, I get like 500 views for a short on this channel. And they were primarily talking, my first batch of shows on this channel was about the Great Awakening and the woke agenda. And then the Los Angeles fires broke out on January 7th. That's 107, one of the biggest gang stalkers, who I am saying 107 is in charge of YouTube. And, if YouTube don't like me saying that, too bad, because I'm a little bit pissed off at YouTube. And I have been for years, ever since they deleted my baby pictures of my daughter, baby videos and stuff, So I'm pissed off at YouTube anyways. And I see, and 107 is like the 17th letter of the alphabet, which is like Q, that you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube because they'll delete you if you talk about Q. That is 107. That is the 17th letter of the alphabet that owns YouTube. He doesn't own YouTube. He just controls YouTube and the entire media and a lot of other stuff like the weather. Um, and it's very coincidental that the Los Angeles fires broke out on January 7th, and that the Israel war broke out on October 7th, which is both 107, who's in charge of YouTube censoring me and stalking me and suppressing me and oppressing me. So what got me all bent out of shape was, I moved on from talking about the Great Awakening to talking about living in the fifth dimension, and then the views. Well, actually, there was my best video about living in the fifth dimension. Is got heaven on earth available to you? Quiet, 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 quiet. So my best video was about the first and most important sign that you're living in the fifth dimension, which is your one-on-one relationship with God Almighty, Father of Jesus, Creator of everything. And how much time you spend one-on-one with God, just talking to Him and that kind of stuff. And how deep is your relationship with God? And that's the first and most important sign that you're living in the fifth dimension, which is what got me like 1,600 views on this channel, which is pretty good for having. It got me most of the subscribers. That video got most of the subscribers, and it's basically one of the only videos that I left up. So I noticed on the after that, like I would word the videos the same way, like the second sign that you're living in the fifth dimension, and the third sign that you're living in the fifth dimension. You notice the views going down. Well, but 1,600 is pretty high, but they're down to like 100, which was still like 150 actually. But then and they say, oh, you got to make a good thumbnail and a good title. And so then I made a show with palm trees in the background, and I made a professional thumbnail. And the show was real good. It summarized like five signs that you're living in the fifth dimension. And I had palm trees in the background, and it was a pretty good video. And I learned how to professionally make a thumbnail, and the thumbnail said "Living in the Fifth Dimension," and it got like 80 views. And so I was starting to get all pissed off because, well, 80 views, that sucks, man. I should have got like at least 500 for that. And so then I went on. After that, I made a short of some mallards swimming in the creek, and because part of the channel is about the a second sign that you're living in the fifth dimension is your connection with nature and animals. And I personally use nature and animals for therapy. And so now I do a video of mallards swimming in the creek, and I do a play-by-play about asking the YouTube subscribers or the people the people watching the video that got like 30 views, if running water and mallards swimming in the running water is therapeutical for the people to see on YouTube. And another thing that had been happening on my videos, I've been getting like 80% swipe away. Like YouTube would flash it out there in front of like 1,700 people, and 80% of the 1,700 would swipe away, and it'd get like 200 views or something like that. And then they'd never show it again because 80% of the people would swipe away. Like, they showed it to like 1,500 people, and only like 200 and something, 300 would watch it. So then on the video with the mallards, they showed it to like 20 people. It's like 30 now, but like the 20 people, and out of the 20 people, like 18% swiped away, and 82% not only watched the video, but watched it all the way through and left comments about, yes, the running water and the mallards are therapeutical. And they gave like 30% likes or something like that. So then yesterday, I was all excited about this video, and I'm gearing up toward changing the topic to heaven on earth, which is a part of living in 5D to me. And so if it's available, I'm trying to figure out how to get this. This is on my camera phone. I want to show you the whole video, but I don't know really how to work it off the phone. I saw it. It's kind of difficult because I don't know how to use my phone very well. Okay, there it is. I'm just gonna. This is why I made you. Dang it! God, sorry to suck it up. Heaven on earth. And there's a couple people watching the show. I'm sorry that I don't know how to use a camera phone. God, I'm really sorry that I am so non-tech savvy. Hey, H-Ray, how's it going? It's really good seeing you there. I'm just trying to show you this video. I was so proud of this video, and I was proud of what I said. I was proud of mostly proud of my photography, the artwork of the photography. And another thing I'm pissed off about is when I would do a short. They say, "Oh, do shorts, right?" But you can't put a custom thumbnail. So what they would always do is pick the absolute worst possible frame for the thumbnail. Like my mouth be like when you talk, your mouth is wide open, probably food falling out and stuff like that. But anytime they generate a thumbnail, they would generate the worst possible thumbnail, especially if it's like no matter whether it's me or Oliver in the short, they would generate the worst possible thumbnail. And I had a beautiful video of the sunset and everything. And I'm bragging about the sunset. And in the thumbnail, the sunset wouldn't even be in the thumbnail. So this video that I'm about to show you, which is off my camera phone that I uploaded yesterday. I did this video yesterday and uploaded it yesterday. But I made it of the sunset only to where there's no way the YouTube algorithm could mess it up. There's no ugly frame, okay? It's nothing but beautiful all the way through. So here we go. I think I know how to use my phone. I don't. Dang it, stop. Go back to 0. Okay, here it is. Of course, now it ain't working. Is heaven on earth available to you today in 2025? I'll be doing a series of videos coming up in the near future to discuss whether or not heaven on earth is a state of mind, whether or not heaven is in your mind, a part of your consciousness, or is it some location that you have to die to go to? What we'll be discussing is if it's available for you to live in heaven at the same time you're living in your three-dimensional body. For example, you could be living a spiritual life in a fifth dimension, to where heaven's available to you right now, all the time, anytime. So we'll be going over that in the series of videos that I got coming up. So if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and subscribe. And I wouldn't mind it if you hit the like button. And maybe you'll see me in the next video. This is God's White Knight, over and out. All right, so it looks a lot better on the phone than it did up there, by the way. This dang, shut up. This camera on the laptop is worse than the camera on this cheap It's not even iPhone on this cheap Motorola phone. But anyways, the sunset video was a really good video, and I thought I did good on the story that I was saying. You know, what I was saying, I thought I did pretty good. I was real proud of the video. So I uploaded it last night, and in 24 hours, I get like 25 views, and the swipe away was 8%. Now it's like 11% swiped away. So like 89% watched the video. But of the 89% who watched it, the average duration that they watched it was more than 100%, like 129%, meaning that they watched it all the way through and then watched it again part of the way through on average. Yeah, you nobody got a notification. Like they only sent me out in front of like 28 people or something like that. Now the 28 people, you know, 89% actually watched it. And then out of the 89% that watched it, they watched like 125% of the video. And they liked it and they commented on it. And so, and the way they say it works is what YouTube will do is first they'll do a sample of your subscribers to see how your subscribers like it. And if your subscribers like it, then they'll put it out in front of a bigger chunk of audience that fits your niche, which in my case would be, say, Christians. And so they tested it in front of the 28 subscribers, and like 25 of them watched the show, like 125% of the show. They watched the show all the way through and then watched part of it again on average. Like all of them watched the entire show. They didn't just, and what YouTube has trouble doing is holding somebody for more than 3 seconds. And on that video, which was a minute and 15 seconds, the average viewer watched it like a minute and 45 seconds when the whole video is only a minute and 15 seconds. And so I totally cop an attitude about YouTube about not pushing that video out there for people like P. Miller to see. P. Miller doesn't get a notification. Well, I don't blame you for not being on YouTube very much. I don't want to be on it very much either, you know. But but they do though. P. Millers are supposed to be reaching out to thousands of other people, especially on a good video, but they're not. And the other thing is these people that I listen to, that I subscribe to, most of them are real pretty young women who push Christian content, and they think, and somehow they seem to know everything going on in my life, and they pray about it, and God prophesizes to them or whatever. But I don't know why everybody thinks they know so much about my life when I'm just a subscriber to their channel. Well, you won't share them anymore because I just made them all private, unless you already did. You might be able to, if they're already loaded, you can share them. But I just made them all private. There's only like one or two shows, like this one, maybe one or two others that are public, because from now on, YouTube pushes what I want them to push, or else they don't get to push anything. And so this is the show I want YouTube to push, not shorts. If they don't push this show, too bad. They probably won't, because it's about them stalking me. So the real question is why does YouTube stalk me? Who is in control of YouTube? And not just me, but other Christians, but not the beautiful young women. And some of them do tarot cards. Like, they really push the ones that do tarot cards and the ones that do prophetic words. And those are the two primary things. And New Age. But I don't listen to New Age stuff. But And I really don't like listening to the tarot cards either because I checked into it to find out how they know so much about me, and I didn't like what I found out. But anyways, YouTube will really push these tarot card readers and these prophesizers and just basically pretty women. And check it out. So they'll open up their YouTube channel, and in less than a month, they'll have like between 50,000 and 100,000 subscribers and get an average like 20,000 views for one show and maybe 5,000 likes. And they've only been on YouTube for about a month. And those are the type of people that I watch. Okay, so then what I do is take their Christian content and put my twist on it and say a similar show. But I was primarily talking about the Great Awakening to start with, and then living in the fifth dimension. And is it available to live in the fifth dimension? So I got hung up on the fifth dimension. They're called buckets, to where you do a bunch of shows about the same topic. And YouTube doesn't like you switching the topic. They like you just staying zeroed in on one topic. Like they were allowing me to talk about the fires in Los Angeles, and they were allowing me to talk about the Great Awakening, but I wanted to talk about more. So I started talking about the fifth dimension as just starters, and they started out liking it. They gave me 1,600 views. I was real stoked on that because I only had like about 40 or 50 subscribers when they gave me 1,600 views. Then that video bumped me up to like close to 100 subscribers. But then, and in that video, I didn't take a shower that day, and my hair was all nasty, and I was wearing a jacket, and it was real cloudy, and the camera work wasn't good, and it wasn't even a custom YouTube. It was a YouTube generated thumbnail, not a custom thumbnail. And it's basically poor quality, got 1,600 views. And then I go trying to clean up my act and do good quality, and I get like barely 100 views. I'm just reading your chat there. So, anyways, um, forget where I was because I started reading P. Miller's chat. Um, so I didn't like the way that they started lowering, and what they would do was, because to start with on the shorts, they would put me out in front of like 800 or 900 or 1,000 people, and I would get 500 views on a short. And then they'd put me out in front of like 700 people, and I'd still get 500 views on a. But now I started out 1,000 people, and I get 500 views. And I started lowering like 800 people, and I get 500 views. Put me in front of 700 people, and I get 500 views. And those were getting me a few subscribers on each short. And then when I switched the topic to the fifth dimension, everything started dropping. And they put me in front of my videos that were like 8 or 10 minutes long. They put me in front of like 1,500 people, and I'd get like 200 views, and then they wouldn't put me in front of nobody after that again. And so I'd kind of start copping an attitude because they'd only, first they put me in front of like 1,500 people, and I'd only get 200 views. That's only like I was getting like 80-90% swipe away, and I wasn't liking that. And so, like I said on the video I did yesterday, I got like 89% watching the video, and the same thing with the mallards in the creek, like 80 something percent watching it and watching all the way through. And then they don't promote the videos that I like, that the subscribers like. They promote the videos they like that the subscribers swipe away from. And then if the subscribers swipe away, they quit putting me out there. And then the stuff that is actually good talent, basically using Mother Nature as art that the people, the viewers, find therapeutical, which is the purpose of doing a video of a sunset, is for you guys to um, find it as therapeutical. But the algorithm, the robot, the gang stalkers don't find a sunset as YouTube worthy, nor do they find the mallards swimming in the creek as YouTube worthy. What they find YouTube worthy is like people arguing and talking smack and real low vibration stuff. And on this channel, I'm trying to do a high vibration channel, and that's not what they want. They want low vibration stuff. And so on this channel, they're kind of screwed because they the channel itself actually got what did it get well, only like 170 hours, but like this channel's like 6 or 7 weeks old, and it's had like over 7,000 views. And it's funny too, like 170 hours. Where's that number come from? 17, 170, and that is. And check it out. It had 107. Now it's only got 110 subscribers, but it had 107 subscribers for like a solid week. But every day it would go up to 108 or 109 subscribers and then get dropped back down to 107 subscribers. They'll probably do that now after doing this show. They'll probably give me like 2 or 3, like, what do you call it? Unsubscribers. They'll unsubscribe my subscribers and knock me down to 107 subscribers for like a solid week. They wouldn't allow me to have more than 107 subscribers. And that's why I got all bent out of shape to start with, blaming it on 107 being in control of YouTube, not letting me get more than 107 subscribers because I was doing real good stuff, man. The shows I was doing, it should have gotten like hundreds of views, if not thousands, and it would get like 20 or 30 views. And the mallards got more views than the sunset, which the sunset was a really good video. The mallards was kind of okay. It was from on top of the creek. I was on a bridge filming down in the creek, and it wasn't extremely good photography, but it was pretty good, and it was therapeutical to the people that saw it. But what the topic of the show is gang stalking Christians, because and YouTube in particular, but it's going on everywhere, like especially on the streets and in homes and jobs and the workforce and all that. I think that Christians are being persecuted more between 2020 and 2025 than ever before, especially me. I'm not going to get into everything I've had to go through, is like how much I've been gang stalked because of my Christian beliefs. But it's been insane, man. It's been like ridiculous. And the cyber stalking is even what's real worse about it is the in-person gang stalkers on the ground here in Santa Barbara watch my show, or not this channel, I don't think, but they would watch Boat Rat Matt and gang stalk me. The people that are gang stalking me in person were also cyber stalking me, watching my show and writing it up in their police reports. The turkey circling a gravestone with the name Harris on it, and it's pretty therapeutic. That sounds pretty good. But yeah, I'm trying to do like therapeutical videos on this channel, but I also want to balance it out a little bit and give them their negativity stuff. Gang stalking should be a huge topic, especially gang stalking Christians. I mean, I want to put it in the tags and the hashtags and keywords and all that and make gang stalking Christians an issue to be resolved. Why does YouTube allow Christians to be gang stalked and censored? Why do you try to quiet the Christian message and you'll push out the tarot cards and these prophetic words and prophecies, which they're Christian people doing that, but it's a different level of Christianity, and in some cases you're not. A lot of those tarot card readers are Christian, pushing the Lord Jesus Christ. These are the ones I listen to, but some of them are they're not sure which God they're serving, and what it is with the you have like these monitoring spirits, and you have familiar spirits. You have spirits that actually know what's going on in your life. And then what they do is they give the tarot card readers the lowdown about what's going on in your life to the tarot card reader. And then the tarot card reader tells you what's going on in your life because the monitoring spirits or the familiar spirits told them what's going on in your life. But it's kind of interesting that they know what's going on in your life by reading the cards. And then they say, all this good stuff's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. I'm still waiting for all the good stuff to happen, which it is going to happen, because I already know what's in the cards for my life because, I set it up that way. But, there's God pulling the strings in the background because, I've always only had my faith. I've never had anything except my faith. And, God's been in charge of my businesses, and everything I've ever gotten is because it's been a gift from God. But what I don't like is gang stalkers trying to take away my gifts from God. I've already given up everything. So and the little tiny bit of enjoyment I might get, making a YouTube show. No, we got to take that away. You can't have no YouTube show. No, 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 not if it helps you out. No, you can't have that. So there's not much. I don't have any. Well, I could build back up a little bit of material stuff like this trailer, and I guess I got a boat and stuff like that, truck. But I don't really have anything else to lose except my animals. But they stalk the hell out of my animals, and my daughter and that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. But and what's real ridiculous out of it is it's spirits, like evil spirits working. Well, first of all, they're in a different dimension, not always in a person. Sometimes these evil spirits are in a different dimension, causing things to happen to trip you up. Or there was a short I did the other day, like about a week or two ago, where I was filming Oliver. I was talking in the background, filming Oliver, and something spooked him. It wasn't anything around to spook him. He just spooked it. I was talking about the supernatural, and then he spooks and almost runs me over. And luckily, my supernatural gut instincts, moved me out of the way. because I knew it was coming because of my supernatural gut instincts, which is what it was about. It's 10:47 there, it must be 8:47 here. And so, anyways, what my theory was then was it was evil spirits that spooked Oliver, because that's what they do. They'll work through animals to try to hurt people, especially horses, because it's easy to for an evil spirit to cause a horse to run and spook. And so that actually happened on film in a short, like about a week or two ago. But they also get inside of people, like inside a person's consciousness, and get the person to stalk me or somebody else, primarily Christians. And you'll see it like in the workplace, like Christians aren't promoted as good as, say, transgenders or something. Somebody evil. Not saying transgenders are evil, but maybe they are. I don't know. I don't care. But if you go to the library, for example, like I've been having to go to the library and use their computer lately, and they're just full of these transgender type people. I mean, the ones working there, the people that got the job, that nice government job, working at the library. I mean, I think it's practically a litmus test that you got to be transgender to get a job at a library. You at least got to be a freaky person that's like way out of shape and you know rings in your nose and weird tattoos everywhere. But the main thing about it is you can't really tell what gender a person is working at the library. You don't know if they're a dude or a chick. You just don't know. All you know is they're ugly. But it's a high paying job. But in order to get that job, you got to be like some freaking weirdo. So yeah, I've been going there lately because I've been typing up this complaint that I'm not going to talk about, but it's over 200 pages. But and it's all over this freaking gang stalking shit. Excuse my French on a Christian content channel. But I'm not that perfect of a Christian, by the way. You like to call them out? I do. That's what I'm doing. I like calling them out too. But well, they do come get me is the problem. I guess they come get UP Miller also. And by the way, nearly anybody watching this show in the future will probably be gang stalked also. And you guys in the future watching this show, go ahead and leave comments and let me know about how they gang stalk you also, whether it's cyber stalking or in person or in the helicopters or whatever. They can keep coming on. They keep it coming. Right on, P. Miller, because we're taking them down. We're exposing them for who they are. We're freaking pulling the blanket off, putting them out there for everyone to see. I'm talking about it on the show. P. Miller's talking about it in the chat. And all you guys, please share your experiences in the comments on this show. Now, YouTube will probably only let about 10 or 20 of you at the most see this show. So you might share it. That's what everybody else always asks. To share and subscribe and smash that like button so other people can see it. No, but if by chance you happen across this show, I'll almost guarantee that you are gang stalked or cyber stalked or something like that. And that's why you clicked in on this show, which the thumbnail says, Why are Christians gang stalked? Yeah, they pick on my daughter too, P. Miller. That's what all my problems are. But that's the way it is. They need to back off of my daughter and my animals though, because that's why I got all these. That's why I'm writing a 200-page complaint. This complaint's primarily about me only though, just gang stalking me. Because I've already taken it to them about stalking my daughter. I think they haven't learned their lesson yet about stalking my daughter. They still do, but it's not as bad as it was. Well, yeah, it is, but she's just older now. She was a little girl, now she's 16. So it's not as hard to deal with. Plus, she's a lot more aware of what's going on, and she can kind of take care of herself a little bit. Stalking's still terrible. People are they check this out. Just like I was taking some Tylenol, my daughter's Tylenol, like about less than a month ago. And in the Tylenol bottle, there's two little pink capsules. Come find out they're Oxycontin. We got 16 going on 17. Yours is six. Mine's 16 going on 17 too. Say our daughters are the same age. But yeah, somehow she comes up with bringing home Oxycontin. And so that's what gang stalking is when your 16-year-old comes up with Oxycontin. How did she get it? And I got punched, man, by one shadow when she was vaping. And I was wondering where she got the vape, but I got punched over it. What's the song? 16 going on 17? Sweet 16. 16 going on 17. That's like about, well, 17 was the best year of my life. I had a great 17-year-old. I mean, I was a great 17-year-old. It was a great life. When I was 16, I got in a little bit too much trouble, but 17 I had a lot more fun from the sound of music. Okay, but that's part of what my daughter she knows how much fun I had as a teenager, and she's trying to have just as much fun, if not more. But I feel good that she's getting pretty old. I only got like a year and a half left, and she'll be an adult. Boy, I'm counting down days too. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna shut it down pretty quick here, P. Miller. So if anybody watching the show later, if you're a Christian and you've been gang stalked and there's anything you'd like to get off your chest about it, just leave it in the comments and I'll respond to it. So will P. Miller and so will other people. But pretty much all my subscribers all the way across, even when I had thousands of subscribers, pretty much all of them were stalked. That's the one thing that why people subscribe to my channel is because we're all on that same wave. Yeah, my son's doing real well. He's been taking care of me lately. But yeah, he's doing real good, and he's helping to take care of me because I haven't been able to make enough money. Well, what it is, I got too much stuff, man. He's kind of pissed off about it because I took on a boat, which is the main thing he's been helping me take care of. But somebody gave me a boat, and I didn't sell it, and it's got a slip in it. It's in Moss Landing where they blew up the freaking power plant. Did you hear about that, P. Miller? Like, I can't even get there because they polluted the air. They had to evacuate the whole place. So I didn't pay rent either. But I think that was the West Coast Wizard. I did a show about West Coast Wizard and Chief Black Bear teaming up to take out the Moss Landing power plant. But it's built out of they were storing electricity in lithium ion batteries, and they blew the whole place up, man. And all the batteries caught on fire, and they couldn't put it out. So they had to let all the lithium burn, and it polluted the air, it contaminated the air, and they had to evacuate the whole place. So now the whole town's got a class action lawsuit against the power plant because nobody's allowed to breathe the air. Yeah, this boat floats so good. It rains so hard. Well, I haven't been up there since it rains so hard now, but she doesn't take in any water at all. And she's a nice little sailboat. And she's got a diesel engine. And I'm preparing for a slow motion trip to Costa Rica. But, right now I can't even breathe the air where she's at. But she's real close to a town called Carmel, which Clint Eastwood used to be the mayor of Carmel. Clint Eastwood was. And it's a real small little town, and it's right on the ocean. And I've never been there, but it's supposed to be one of the nicest towns in California. And so I want to get up there and spend some time. Yeah, and I want to get up there and spend some time with Clint. The town's real small, like maybe 10,000 people or something. But it's a real cool place. And Clint Eastwood was the mayor. And I want to maybe get my car wash gig going there a couple days a week, maybe. We'll see. But when summer comes, if I want to get out of paying rent, I can go to like Monterey and anchor there. There's a place called Capitola. And Santa Cruz got wiped out. That whole bay might get wiped out though before winter's over because it's going to be a gnarly winter. And you must be freezing, by the way, P. Miller. Yeah, you are freezing. I knew you were freezing. My daughter's getting ready to, move to that side of the country, but she's got to do a bunch of work to her truck. And right now it's too cold, man. I don't want to go there. Yeah, I know you're freezing. This is beautiful right here. I just showed you the sunset of yesterday, but the weather's really nice here. But I guess I got the fires out in LA and everything. Probably a bunch of mudslides. I am one new car in. I don't get it. You got a new car? You got your Sebring? Well, that's a convertible. You need that in the summertime, but hope it's. I don't know, man. That freaking convertible top might not be that good in the wintertime. Yeah, my daughter's little Mercedes convertible, man. It all leaks water and stuff, raining. We had to drive it the other day, man. The seats were all wet. But it's not as bad here. It's like where you're at. It's freezing, man. It's like here, it's pretty warm. It's actually a beautiful day today. The weather's really nice here, which is that's why I live here, man. For the weather, I can't afford a bunch of clothes, man, and freaking heat and all that. I can't afford that kind of stuff. That's why I live in Santa Barbara. It makes sense to have a convertible. Convertible. You got a hard top on it? Oh, both your cars are convertibles. 200, price for 200. Yeah, it don't make no sense having a convertible where you're at. Here's it's okay. Convertible in the summertime, but yeah, it's got a. Well, I had a BMW convertible. I used to take it up to Big Bear, and it snow. It got buried in the snow a couple winters in a row. But I think it had heat, but convertible tops don't hold the heat in all that well. But yeah, P. Miller, let's see. We got 49 minutes. I guess I'm going to go ahead and shut down the show. Um, they say that you identify the problem, which is basically Christians being gang stalked. And then you tell the story. So I already told a story. And then you teach. That's the format of a YouTube show. I don't know if I taught you anything other than, don't take their crap. If you're being gang stalked, Call them out on it. Get in their face just like P. Miller does. Call them out on it. Don't let them get away with it. Let stalking's a crime, by the way. It's bad enough for me being some dude getting stalked, but a lot of you are women. The thing about it is the police won't back you up, will they? The worst thing you can do if you're a woman and you've had any kind of abuses happening to you, the worst thing you can do is tell the police, huh, P. Miller? It's like the police are not your friends, are they, women? You, you can't tell anybody, can you? If you, I can get out here on YouTube and talk about it, I'm a dude, right? But if you're some woman and you're being stalked and you're being abused, you can't tell nobody, can you? But guess what? I understand. I know where you're coming from. So you go ahead and say your story in the comments. Any of you women that have been stalked or abused, which is more than half of you. If it's Christians, it's probably 90% of you. I'll pray for your friend P. Miller. God Almighty Father Jesus, I just pray that you bless P. Miller's friend and all the women and children and men and everybody that have been gang stalked and abused in all kinds of different ways. But gang stalking Christians is abuse. And I thank you, God, just for blessing all the people that have been stalked, especially P. Miller's friend. In Jesus' name, I thank you, God. Amen. But any of you women watching the show, if you've been stalked, and dudes also, probably hopefully not any children watching this show, but anybody, if you can relate to being a Christian, being suppressed or oppressed because you're a Christian, being ripped off, crimes committed against you, let me know about it in the chat. And so, and the lesson learned, we'll teach them a lesson together. And that's the lesson you teach. See, first you identify the problem. This is how you format a YouTube show. This is professionally formatted, the way YouTube wants a show formatted. We already identified the problem, which is gang stalking Christians. We told the story, and now we're going to teach the lesson. All you gang stalkers, you're going to learn your lesson for stalking us Christians. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I'm God's White Knight, and I'll see you in the next video. It's good seeing you there, P. Miller and H. Ray. You guys have a good night. Everybody, God bless you all. See you in the next video. Good night.